I was, working in a nonprofit, and we went into a meeting, me and my COO and I, and this was a meeting with a big billionaire who was going to fund one of my projects I was working on. And before we walked in, he said, Jackie, this CEO, he's like Israeli. He's very direct. And he's like, he might ask you some personal questions. Can you handle that? And I'm like, yeah, I love Israelis. I can be direct, no problem. And he goes, okay. And so we walk into the meeting, and he says, okay, whose project is it? And the COO says, Jackie's. And he said, okay, tell me about it. What's the budget? Who's the people? What's it about? So I start giving him all the answers. And meanwhile, already in my early 40s, I'm sitting in this meeting, and he says, I said, the leadership program's amazing. It's like, you got to walk the walk. You have to really be the change that you want to see in the world. Thanks, Gandhi. And he says, what are you doing to walk the walk? And my COO was like I told you, and I was like, well, I'm working on this, and I'm working on that, and I'm working on this issue and that, just like basic things. And he says, why are you single? And the whole room went quiet.
Straight.
And I was like, gulp. And I was like, firstly, what are you meant to say to that? It's not a smart question to ask someone. But I said, I don't know why I'm single. And he goes, no, why are you single? Like, trying to get into my core, like my soul. And I was like, I don't know why I'm single. And he says, you know what you have to do? And I'm like, what do I have to do? And he says, you have to go home today and you have to tell God that you accept. And I said, what? And really, he was talking about surrender. And like, he didn't know me, so he didn't know that I have a strong will. And it was really, really hard for me to accept my situation, that I wanted to be married, but I couldn't. And I was really grappling with that, and I felt betrayed. I felt alone. I felt like it was never going to happen. I went through giving up. He didn't know any of that, but God knew. So God's putting words in this guy's mouth. Like, it's not my thing, but he got to my core raw nerve, and I started to cry. And I was like, I try. He said, just watch what happens, because all God wants is our trust and our acceptance. That's all God wants. And it's good for us. It makes us a bigger vessel, a more expansive, person. And I said, I try. I can't trust. And he says, no, trust is a choice. And he's like banging the table. And I was just like floored. Like, this was exactly, it's like he ripped something off my heart. Like, something was ripped away from my heart. And I was really a mess. And he said, watch what happens when you accept. Anyway, as he got up, he said to the chief of staff, I like her. She's real. I want to work with them. And walks out. And I looked over at my COO, and he said, no, he starts laughing. He said, that was the best meeting we've had in 2 weeks.